Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben.
I have thoughts on this selection of films.
I just watched 4 films. Mulholland Drive from 2001. 2001.
Yeah.
Thoroughbreds from 2017. The Handmaiden from 2016.
Yeah.
And The Favorite from 2019. Yeah.
2018.
2018 in the United States.
Gotcha. I had heard of none of these.
Yeah, you live under a rock.
I don't
at least The Favorite was nominated for Oscars and stuff.
Haven't we had a conversation about how like Oscar nominees are like shit a lot of times?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
Like, why should
I'm just
I,
saying
like,
it's a reason to have heard of a movie.
You think I pay attention to the Oscars?
No.
I mean, who does? They're worthless. I understand why it was nominated, though. In a way that
it has the Queen. If you have the Queen of England, she has to get nominated for Best Actress.
I mean,
how movies work. Don't you understand movies, Ben?
Yeah, I've literally mentioned the King's Speech before we started. Like it's a pretty. You're onto something. Someday, I mean, you know what? I say someday, but like I'm sure it already exists. We'll get a Oscar nominee or Best Picture winner that's like about a king and or queen and about slavery, and like the entire committee will fucking have the biggest orgasm of their life and then just die on the spot from a heart attack. Anyway, where did you want to start with these?
I need to know which movie or movies you didn't like, so that I can be mad about it.
Oh,
because
I was
now that you've exposed your hand in that way.
I was debating. I was
until...
debating how much of the hand to tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any guesses? It was just one.
Nope.
Oh, Mulholland Drive might actually be the worst film I've ever seen.
Oh, you're just wrong. I see. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have watched it wrong. I wasn't slowly jerking off while I had Roger Ebert's review open next to me, and I was thinking about like the cinematography and like how it was all just a fucking thing. Like,
did you see that scene where that dude shot that dude, and they shot into the wall, and he heard that he shot some woman, and he goes, "God damn it!" And then he has to go over there and fucking drag her body back into the room where he killed that guy, and then like the guy who's vacuuming the floor sees him, and he has to like get him into the room and shoot him too, and then he shoots the guy's vacuum cleaner, and then it sets off the fire alarm, and he's like, "God damn it!" That scene's amazing.
That could have been a redeeming point if I wasn't already so angry.
I just hate cinema. You can't handle that he's doing a dreamlike thing.
I mean, do a better dreamlike thing. What lame fucking dreams. Like, just unbelievably boring. It's also the fact that it was 2.5 hours. The biggest positive that can be said for the movie is that what's his name found a way to like make a 2.5 hour film take up like 6.5 hours of real time. I can't tell you how many times I was like, okay, it has to have been like 20 minutes, and literally like 3 minutes had passed. It was brutal. Shit was rough. I was fiery. I was fucking... After watching it, I rolled in. I was fucking going off. And Anya was just sitting there nodding. Fun fact, of these films, apparently Anya has seen Mulholland Drive. And I did not and do not believe her. There's no fucking way. Out of all the movies she's watched, this can't be one of them. There's no way. She was on her phone 2 minutes into like any film. There's no way she sat through this.
I don't have the answers for that. I mean, I watched this movie when I was
Yeah.
14, so my dad just rented this at the video store. It was a good time.
I mean, was it? What made you like? Did you like it initially, like right away?
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
I'm a fucking cinephile. I like
You're a
film.
criminal.
I liked its dreamlike thing. I liked her fucking sneaking into that house and hiding under the table. That was evocative. Felt
What?
things.
Oh my. I mean, the only time I felt things was when they took off their shirts, and even then, I was still like, I'm too angry.
I mean, that didn't hurt
I just.
when I was 14. That was the part where I felt uncomfortable that my dad was sitting next to me or whatever. On the
Yeah,
couch.
that would do it. I could have.
But that thing of like, I mean, so I bring up the scene with the guy, the assassin, fucking just fucking that up and shooting those people, because that scene's fucking hilarious, but also is not doing the dreamlike thing. So that's like, okay, the dreamlike thing. This is like incredibly intentional. This is just the weird vibe of stuff being off is just what he's going for. So like, you know, as a 14-year-old watching it, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's doing it on purpose.
In the. I don't even know. I guess it would.
Also, that scene, just that scene of like, where the guys sit at the bar telling the story about his dream, about the face watching him from behind the diner, and then them going back there.
Yeah.
Like, that's just fucking some good horror, like short story stuff. That got me, for sure. That like that story stuck with me.
Yeah, I guess. I think
I was. This is fucked up and weird.
I honed in on like, I guess specifically when what's her name? Naomi Watts' character, Betty. Betty, yeah.
Naomi Watts.
Yeah, Naomi Watts. Initially, when she gets to like her aunt's apartment and is like talking to her and like just seeing her interact with other people and stuff, I assume it's intentional, where it has like roughly the same delivery and timing as like The Room, except, you know, it's serving a purpose. I just couldn't stop thinking about it.
I mean, it's like closer to soap opera than, you know, modern,
I guess,
stuff. Like I just wonder if because it's some of its references for that stuff is older stuff that you're not as experienced with, just in terms of feeling more like a soap opera. Like Twin Peaks is a little bit like that too. The TV show that Lynch directed.
Oh, is it the same dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the Twin Peaks guy.
guess what show I'm never watching now.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that could be. I was like,
And then, like, you know, the mystery of the box, and then it's, you know,
non-rewarding. It's not rewarding at all.
It's not rewarding linearly or whatever.
I mean, mostly the only bit of catharsis I had was like when she shot herself, because like, man, that's what I wanted to do.
Man.
I was trying to think. I wanted to ask you so bad, but I didn't want to tip everything. Can you excluding this right now, right here, can you think of another movie we watched that I've like very much disliked? I'm trying to think if it's actually my least favorite film. Like, I can't think of anything offhand. Not anything that we've watched, at least. I mean, obviously, you don't know everything I've watched, but I also apparently don't know. But I couldn't remember if we had like a movie night that was.
You didn't hate those Soviet movies you picked that I.
But yeah, those are classics. Yeah, no, I finished this and I was thinking about you and Mimino, and I was like, man, art's certainly subjective.
Mino is not art. It's just people talking over themselves because of
This was just a director jerking himself off for 2.5 hours. And then all of these, and then other people watch it, and then their professor tells them why, their film professor tells them why it's a good movie, and then they spend the next 20 years jerking themselves and other people off about it, talking about why it's great.
I mean,
I don't buy it.
I find it entertaining. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you're wrong.
Like, I think it pulls on the mystery element well and stuff.
Meh. I get. See, I think the mystery element failed because, like, why am I caring? They ditched like nothing came together. Nah. And
Yeah, but
I should say
evocative.
it wasn't though. It was just dumb. I saw a review that I loved, but I think it was also partially wrong. I'm not going to look. This is a huge Wikipedia article. I'm not going to dig through that. Somebody called it moronic, incomprehensible garbage. I agree that it's moronic, but it's not incomprehensible. Like that
It's not
part was
incomprehensible
fine.
at all.
Like I watched it expecting it to be like truly. I didn't know what the fuck I would just watch, but like it made sense. Like I could dissect it, you know, but I don't know. I don't know how that guy found it incomprehensible.
I mean, if you're a moron, that's incomprehensible. If you can't watch a movie and listen to the things it tells you, then sure.
Yeah,
But it's pretty explicit about.
yeah,
what's
no,
happening.
like it's,
Although, again, it is operating on dream logic, but not to the point of like. But also, it like has a scene telling you this stuff is performance, and now we're gonna shift it before they open the box.
yeah. Oh, that was all. And maybe I was building it up too much. Like I thought from the I don't know how to refer to it, the singing routine, the performance routine at the Silencio or whatever. I was expecting it to get way weirder, and then the blue box happened, and there was like that crazy, like I just was expecting it to go weird, and then instead we went to like an even more boring reality.
I mean, we went to the setup for this story
Yeah.
and like recast Naomi Watts.
Yeah, get the switch around and stuff. I should also note that I watched this film first. So I was just like, oh no. Just absolutely hated it. I'm like, there are 3 more films, and 2 of them are also 2.5 hours. Dear God. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing left for this, I think. I suppose.
This is a good noir movie. I don't know what to say.
Whatever. It's drivel. It's uppity, snobbish poop.
I just think it's fun. I'm not gonna like tell you deep. I just think you're incorrect.
It just did the opposite of click with me.
Yeah, I don't know why you felt the need to hold that to your sleeve, because I'm not here to like. It's not like gotcha.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't want to spoil I don't want to burn content. Not all the content.
I mean, if you were hating the movie, you could have not completed the movie.
Not a fucking option. No. I've finished things for the podcast.
Okay.
I was like,
I don't
it's
know
still
that
an
like
Here's
I
the thing.
hated this.
Here's
Is
the
the
thing.
productive conversation I'm looking for.
We've had films where they
that I
weren't
hated.
where they weren't amazing, and then the ending fucking pulls it together, and you're like, holy shit, that just validated the last like 2 hours of my life, and it's incredible.
Sure.
Like the Phantom Thread was solid all the way through, but the ending fucking like elevated it, right?
Sure.
I was hoping I would get that, and then I didn't. It, that sucks, but like meh.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I never get to be fucking angry about films we watch. Like the last one I can think of offhand was a joint effort between the two of us after I watched The Searchers. So, yeah. So like I want to have my rant, even if it's the watered down version, not the hot shit that Anya got to deal with. Yeah. Anything you want to like say about it? Like
I just think it's fun.
Like okay, yeah, no, it's whatever. Now I know.
It's about vibes.
It's about. I don't disagree with that.
And like Hollywood is fucking terrible. That like
Yeah.
people behind making movies are fucking like unspeakable nightmare evil that makes everything a nightmare. Like
yeah,
making your movie where like there's just a like oppressive cloud of evil that radiates out of movies and the people funding them. Like God, the meeting that the director has with the suits.
yeah,
Where like the one guy gets his espresso and it's like and a napkin. And he like takes a sip and he immediately is like spitting it out into his napkin, like incredibly gross.
Yeah.
And like the guy's just like, this is the girl. This is the girl.
Yeah.
And then they fucking ruin that director's life because he says, no, I'm the director. I get to pick who's in my movie.
You know what? You've reminded me, speaking of the director, I almost turned it off when we got to, and I mean, we don't have any backstory on him, but like he gets to his house and finds his wife cheating, and immediately he's the bad dude with like no pretense. I almost, that's the point I almost turned it off. That just irked me. I mean, maybe he was a piece of shit, like maybe
he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but like
he was explicitly also cheating on her.
I don't remember that bit.
Yeah.
Oh, like in the like after where we see this stuff with him in the car and whatever.
Yeah. And with his fucking assistant who
Oh, I forget the stuff with the assistant.
Yeah, the one he's talking on the phone with all the time.
Oh, right. Oh, I read that as her like having a thing for him and him being like, nah.
I mean, he was not at that moment, but I think it's clear that they've slept together. Pretty sure.
How dare you interpret my dream sequence differently than how I want to.
Okay. You want that guy to not be a piece of shit, apparently. When he is definitely a piece of shit.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not arguing that he's not a piece of shit, but like
he has to go talk to that fucking cowboy.
The fucking okay. I think out of everything, the cowboy was like maybe the best part. That was a good sequence.
It's like
I would want more like weird shit like that.
Your problem was the movie was too straightforward.
It wasn't fucking weird enough. I mean, does everybody just like, are your dreams that boring? Does everybody else just have boring ass dreams? Make it weird. It's a dream, baby.
I mean, it's a fucking noir. It's not. It's like loosely operating on dream logic. It's not like it's still a movie. It still has a movie plot. I don't know
Yeah,
what to
but
tell
you
ya.
said you said yourself it's about vibes. Crank those vibes to like 11.
But it's about like loosely uncomfortable vibes, mostly.
Make it
And
not
like,
make it like wildly uncomfortable vibes. I don't
that's
fucking
that
know.
guy talking to that other guy behind the glass, and like the one guy, and he doesn't say anything, and he just starts getting more and more flustered.
Yeah.
I just think all that shit's great.
I guess the wildly uncomfortable part was Naomi Watts auditioning.
Oh yeah, holy shit!
That was weird.
And all the guys afterwards are like, "Yeah, that went great." And then she's walking out. They're just like, "They're never fucking making that movie. Those fucking idiots."
Yeah.
The casting director.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's good. Like Hollywood is fucking garbage shit. I don't know.
Yeah. It's whatever. The Handmaiden though.
Sure.
So that was my second film.
Uh-huh.
And I was into it. I was more immediately I was like, I don't hate myself right now. That's great. And then it was pretty good. We followed stuff through. When we get to like the switcheroo, because the whole time they're building up, we're gonna send this.
I think it's like the halfway point.
It's literally the halfway point. They've been building up that they're gonna send what's her name? Hideko. Send her to the insane asylum and all that, and then kaboom, it gets switched, and fucking Suki is getting sent instead. And I was like, in this immediate moment, like just a flash of like, okay, this is like part of a plan somehow, or like, I don't know. I'm like, they got it. There's like a little double twist or something. Like this is all part of a thing. And then they start revealing stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like it's part of a thing. And then they just kept going and going, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, Hank, I swear to fucking God, if the last hour of this film is just them revealing stuff and then a shit ending, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm actually gonna go crazy. My fucking Joker moment. And then, mercifully,
How dare I give you movies made for adults instead of
I
media
wanted
made
a
for
fucking
children.
happy ending. Fuck you. Yeah, then they swing it around and give us like the hottest fucking end sex scene. I have to add ceremonial jingle bells up the pussy to my list of fetishes.
That is what
It
happens.
was a very good scene for many reasons. As easy as it is to joke about, I thought it was like pretty tightly wrapped up. Like it was
the movie rules.
very good. Yeah, no, like once I got that, I'm like, this was a great film. we did the thing. I guess I didn't want to go back. I had those other films to watch, so I didn't go back and look or anything. Are there like any indications that like something else is up? Because like,
yes.
It really seemed like on a first watch, all of the stuff where they're like, oh, it was something else. It just, in my memory, I was like, it just seems like they're lying to me and then saying, nope, it was something different because we didn't show you. But I figured maybe there was indications.
So the biggest clue is that something else is going on. Is when they're going to meet the Count. They're like when they're leaving the house. You see the noose hanging from the tree.
Okay.
And at that point, you have no idea how that would have gotten there.
I was wondering about that because I noticed it. I'm like, it's not from her aunt. Like, it's new. And I'm like, what the fuck is up
Well,
with
like
this?
you might be able to piece together that it's the rope from her hat.
You know
thing.
what? I think I didn't.
Mm.
Which later, of course, I'm like, that makes sense. But I think I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think the other ones are just like how Suki's actually a terrible liar. Like the idea that Hideko doesn't know what's going on is kind of ludicrous. She's when she flat out says to Suki like you're a terrible liar, it's like kid, you're in over your head.
Yeah. No, like she's just garbage.
She's really bad at
bad.
it.
Yeah.
At doing the scam thing she's doing. That's like the biggest tell. If you're watching the movie, you're like, she's kind of fucking bad at this.
Yeah. No, I'm sure like that.
And then at the marriage, he hands over the vial of that you later learned is mercury.
Mm-hmm.
You see that happen. That's like their last thing with them getting married. I can't remember any other big clues. Oh, and then there's like just the stuff of her like acting, Hideko acting like she has no idea what sex is when
See on my like I was
there's suspicions that something else is going on in that library.
This is why like I mean in a certain light why these films work very well on me, and in a certain light like why they fucking don't, because I'm a dunce. I was like taking that at face value, which I always like. I'm bad about that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought she was kind of naive, and then I guess if anything, I thought she was just like, like that's the that's the foreplay. Teach me. Like, yeah, I could see it. That would work. Yeah. That shit was great though. And then I don't know, it kind of had like the not heist elements, but just like a plan, like when she mails Suki mails to her family and she's like, I need your help, here's your advance payment. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh shit, so good.
Yeah, she just once you're I mean, I feel like I do feel like the movie comes alive a bit once you're getting into that second half and you're then getting the other side of what's going on. You're just like, oh shit's popping off constantly.
Yeah. It really expands it, because like before then, I mean, I keep you're holding the football and I keep trying to kick it, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm like, yeah, this is just like, okay, I get it. It's like a straightforward, like they're gonna fall in love and like double cross him or whatever. But then it expands and it just does, like, technically that's true, but like it just doesn't unfold directly at all in the way that I thought maybe it would.
You get the scene of Hideko trying to hang herself and Suki showing up to like fucking catch her. And just crying and admitting everything she's been doing.
The fucking the bit, where she's like, I was gonna like, they admit that they were gonna double cross or whatever, and she's like, oh well, I don't feel bad then. So you were also gonna do it, and then she Suki
when she
moves.
She tells her the count betrayed her, and she's like, fuck. She yells and lets go of her, and then she starts choking.
Yeah, dude.
She's still hanging from the noose.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh my god, that was so good. Such a fucking great scene. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, they fucking sold it too. Like, it was just really well done. like them falling for each other and everything. And then, I mean, it kind of, look, I'm not complaining, but like, come on with those fucking sex scenes. Especially when when you see the whole like, oh, teach me, do it to me how he'll do it to me or whatever, like show me, and then you see it the second time and it's just like a straight like porn scene. Like, no complaints, but like, man,
Yeah, I mean, when they're scissoring, I'm like, okay.
yeah, like, okay, all right, guys, come on, whatever.
We got a plot here to happen. Come on, tapping your wrists.
God, the fucking dude when they like I think the weirdest part that I was like, this got incredibly sensual and sexual like very quickly was when Hideko was like, oh, my tooth is sharp, it's like cutting my cheek, and then she's like Suki is just finger in her mouth like rubbing it and like in and out, and they show like her arm and there's like beads of sweat rolling down it, and like,
like
just
honestly,
crazy.
yeah, like that's another scene where like to think that Hideko is like completely innocent after watching that scene.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Because that scene's fucking ridiculous.
I was like, I'm kind of glad Anya was out of the apartment at the time, because I'm like, this is fine, this is cinema, but like, I don't want to have to explain.
You don't want her to come home right now.
The movie while Anya's out of the room is like the girl trying to kill herself, and then like the little comedy bit. The film while Anya walks into the room is the fucking creepy ass uncle being like, tell me about my niece's wedding night.
Like making it's fucking,
I mean, all of it.
daughter like
All of it
learn to read porn books for him.
Yeah.
Like complete grooming.
Just fucking
Incredibly
rough.
fucked up.
Dude, it was so like the reaction from Suki when she learned like what the books were and what exactly had been being read. Like the right amount of disgust and alarm and anger. Like,
She's like running back and forth, like grabbing like one book and like tearing it up and running over to somewhere else and tearing into another book.
Pulling scrolls off the wall and just shredding them, throwing the shit in the water and like paint and everything. And then fucking Hideko starts joining in. Oh.
Yeah. That's so good.
So good.
Such good. It gives you the catharsis that you want to see.
100%.
Destroy the fucking porn library.
I mean, as like, okay, as fucked up as it is, like the scenes of Hideko reading the books and all the dudes like sweating, it's like, it's funny. Also, just, I don't know, just imagine someone reading you like the most fucked up, like Harry Snape fan fiction. And you're just sitting in like your suit on a step, just sweating bullets, listening to this shit.
No, I did just think like, man, fucking people needed the internet real bad.
Yeah.
Fucking these people with like money to spend it on stupid shit.
Yeah. Hey, well, not all of it. Not all of it was stupid. Okay. That painting with the octopus is art. Art, Hank.
And then you get to see the octopus in the basement.
The octopus in the tank was pretty fucked up. That was pretty fucked.
And then that guy gets his fingers cut off. And I'm like, yeah, now it's a movie. This is the violence I needed.
Yeah,
Slip that
no,
guy's
it's-
fingers into that trash bin. Hell yeah. Fuck that guy.
God.
I mean, fuck you too, but he gets the fucking mercury cigarettes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little.
It's incredibly contrived.
Yeah.
But at least they like established that dude was thinking about ways to kill yourself if you get caught or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see in his cigarette thing, he has the 2 cigarettes that are singled out and have different color paper.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a good little setup. I mean, I was like,
he draws the drawing of the naked lady on his cigarette paper before he smokes it to make it be really good.
like, that was pretty good though. That was him being like, this is I forget what his line is. This is how I like savor beauty or whatever. Like, and he rolls it up just to smoke it. That was pretty good. It's like the same.
It's funny.
Yeah,
It's a good bit.
Yeah. I don't know why it popped in my head, but I'm just thinking of like someone saying like, this is how I savor beauty. It's like fucking anime tit Magic the Gathering sleeves.
And then you just start shuffling.
Oh my God. There's like a 12-year-old kid across from him at the game store.
Oh my God.
The owner has to ask him to leave for the 3rd time. Oh no! The Handmaiden was fucking good, just good shit.
Yeah.
After my alarm throughout the second half.
No.
So I mean,
this is one where I'm like, fucking. This was pre-Parasite where South Korea had never gotten a movie to the Oscars before, and this was one of those. I'm like, this should have been at Best Foreign Picture. Like, fucking, what were you doing?
Do we know?
But I don't even think. I think Korea picked a different movie this year. They didn't even pick this, so it's partially on that whoever picked the movie.
Did it? Oh, okay. I guess like if they'd have to send stuff. Yeah, I was gonna ask like if it was even nominated or like what it would have.
No, I think the
hypothetically
country, like,
lost
picks
to
whatever their movie is to submit
Okay.
for the international Oscar. Is how I believe it goes, because they picked the movie Age of Shadows, I think, which is good. I like it. It's not as good as this movie though.
Sure.
But that's like a historical drama.
Whatever. This was a historical drama.
True.
Yeah. Do you have anything else on this one?
On this one, it's just fun. It's just a good time.
Yeah, no, it's solid. I can't
like
think of anything
rooting for
else.
these characters and seeing the second half when you get to see their full story, them come together. It's just good shit.
Seeing them come together, and I just like, man, Suki's character is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like her fucking, she's talking to the count, like in the woods. I forget after which part or what was happening, but he like puts her hand on his dick while he's talking, and like just afterward, she's just like, "Don't put my hand on your tiny excuse for a cock ever again," and like runs off. I'm like, fuck that guy. I don't know, just a good.
Yeah,
she's like the right level of confident and also like.
She's
terrible.
like confident and earnest, and I really like the second half of the movie where the movie gets to go. Yeah, she's also fucking dumb.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's so good.
Like, we've kind of been allying the fact that she's kind of an idiot.
Well, especially like,
And she's like extremely in her own feelings and not seeing the way in which she's being fucked over.
yeah,
Like has no idea.
Even in the very beginning of the film, like it starts out with her being like, I learned how to pickpocket. I learned how to do this and that and whatever. And like serious and cool. And then like by the end of the film, it's just fucking it up.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good transition. So yeah, I mean I watched Mulholland Drive. I was disgusted. I watched this. I was like, this is incredible. I had no fucking idea what's coming next. I was completely like, I had.
Now you're all over the place.
I'm like, I have no idea. I'm elated. I'm dismayed. I got nothing. Thoroughbreds, I went in third with a bit of a not true bias, but like
you wanted that 90-minute movie. I see.
It's because Ani wanted to watch The Favorite.
Okay.
So it timed out that way, yeah. I couldn't get over the name. I still can't get over the name. My sister watched so many horse movies as a kid that I see this name and I just... It has to be in there with Dreamer, right? Or like Racing Stripes or something. Like, it's a horse film, right?
I mean...
But... I guess, yeah, I guess kind of like it's about a girl and her horse, kind of. I got some mixed, I suppose. Not truly mixed. It's not like it's like there's stuff I truly didn't like, but I think I've thought about this one the most.
Sure. This one doesn't have a happy ending that Handmaiden does, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what you wanted.
I wanted them to kiss.
Yeah, no.
This
is the like one where you don't get that. I said one of them frames the other for murder. Is that not? That's not kissing. Oh, okay. Sorry, got that one wrong.
I really like the idea of. I guess I'll generalize and say like, who's the true monster, right? That sort of thing. And I guess that just stems. I remember maybe I mentioned it before. In university, we read a little short story, and the gist of it was that like this woman is super racist because she was born in like the deep South in whatever fucking century, hella racist, and her son was less racist, except he kept being a shitbag and like would intentionally sit by like black people on the bus to like piss off his mom, and was like using them as props essentially to piss her off. And it's like, well, who's kind of like, you know, there's an argument to be made that he's treating him worse or whatever, and that's neither here nor there. But ever since then, I've liked that idea of like, who's the monster? And here, like that reveal was fucking great. That slow transition, like they painted once again, there's too many names. Lily's stepdad, as like a piece of shit, right? Yeah. Like, oh, and even the tagline, right? The tagline is like her abusive stepdad, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And you know, you're going through all the motions, and eventually Amanda's like, it comes to the peak where they're in the kitchen, and Amanda is hiding behind the wall with a knife, and Lily is like, you didn't do anything. It's like, well, yeah, you weren't in danger. He's like, you're just gonna let him talk to me that way? Like, is the fact that your stepdad's a cock like new information for us? like just that, and that's when, you know, it fully switches, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. I mean, there are signs before then, of course, but I like that shit.
Sure.
Yeah. Ending, I don't know, man. I didn't want her to get away with it.
She does get away with it.
The other thing from this
also
movie...
because...
oh, yeah, go on.
like, you Amanda like lets her get away with it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like Amanda, like if anything, pushes her to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I didn't come off, like, I mean, again, didn't necessarily dislike the ending. I think I would have disliked the ending if Amanda had gotten like truly fucked in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But like she's painted as being more or less, I mean, all right with everything. Yeah. Well, she doesn't feel things, so she has to be okay, right?
No. Doesn't feel things, but was constantly sending text to Lily every time Lily cut her off. And literally just didn't talk to her for days. You just see there's like that one shot of her phone that just says hi like over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, I hate the character, but because I knew, I guess not knew, but knew of people like Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like him at the party time, like I'm gonna be running this shit. Like dropping out of high school was like the best shit I ever did or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, I literally like that was literally people around my area. Fuck.
I don't know the payoff for that, where they knock him out and he wakes up fucking with his head bleeding in the tub.
Yeah,
so they tell him what's gonna happen. He's like cannot handle it.
Yeah.
And he's like worried about what his dad is gonna think.
I was also really sad. I looked up because I'm like, this guy is great, and then I learned he's dead. So that was like depressing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean that sucked, but great. Like the character, like, you played that character perfectly. Just a scumball.
Just a dirtbag.
Yeah. I don't even know, like.
So a thing I really like about this movie is the way it like sets up the geography of the house with like the amount of time you spend in there, so that it can then pull the move of when Lily goes to actually commit the murder. It doesn't show it. It just stays with Amanda.
Yeah.
And you just hear it because like part of the thing is like is like that concert rowing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just her coming back fucking drenched in blood.
So I actually thought I had to try super hard during that bit not to check how much time was left, because I'm like, are we done? Like, are they gonna fucking cut it off here and not like they're just gonna have like the thump and then it's gonna like continue zooming in a little bit on Amanda and that's like it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I see how much time is left, that's, I don't want to know.
Sure.
But no, that shit was that was very good.
Yeah. And then just the thing at the end of like, she wrote me a letter, and you get to hear the letter, and then she's like, I didn't read it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. Cold.
I mean,
monster.
and like when I finished the film and I was thinking about it, and like there's the bit where, I mean, we hear that like she had lied to Amanda about her school stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything that was going on, and then the fact that even I thought to myself, well, the scene was happening where her mom is Lily's mom is explaining that they're gonna send her to that boarding school for girls with like behavior issues or whatever. And I mean, maybe it's because it's maybe not a good thing, but I was like, Lily's freaking out about it. And I'm like, do you have behavioral issues though? Like, is it coming out of nowhere? Actually, as it turns out, like maybe it wasn't coming out of nowhere. So I thought that was that was interesting. Man, do you think her stepdad was actually that bad? We get the bits that paint him bad, but like,
yeah, he's a piece of shit. I mean, he hates Lily. And he's a fucking. And there's the scene where, like, the way he talks to Lily's mother is also fucked up.
Yeah.
Where, like, she's like, because after he has his bike accident, because Lily, like, looses the wheel.
Yeah,
he's just like, pure toxic masculinity and, like, yelling at her for.
Yeah, I mean, like, thinking about it, I was gonna say, like, is this a thing of, like, we're getting, excuse me, like, we're getting Lily's, like, tainted view of him, but I suppose we get a bunch of him, like, with Amanda there as well. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
I don't know that murdering. I don't
know. Like, that's the thing,
really
right?
Being murdered.
Yeah, no, like, clearly murder was not the thing.
Lily wants, like, control over her life and that money. That's ultimately she wants that power. But, like, I don't have. The thing of, like, saying him, like, getting mad at her for, like, calling for her mom because she can't find her. Like, he's, like, not a cool guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like a dick.
Yeah, no, like, not, obviously not, like, oh, no, he's an angel, but the film is just making him look bad, but, like, I mean, yeah, clearly not.
And, like, in the part where, like, Lily's mom is, like, talking to Lily, like he cares about her. When, like, clearly he fucking hates her. I don't know.
Yeah. Or even if he doesn't hate her, just, like, hates her because she's there. Like, doesn't, like a case, like, maybe if she was moved out of the house or whatever and off to school or whatever the hell, like, it would be fine, but he just doesn't want to deal with her being around, which, like, not that that's necessarily better, but, like, I kind of, like, she says something, Lily says something at one point about, like, he just wants her gone. I'm like, yeah, that's that sounds right. Yeah.
Like, and doesn't want her on his payroll, as he puts it. There's a scene that, like, gets me is, like, really early on, like, Amanda's, like, just eating some chips, and, like, her and then Lily are leaving the room, and Lily's just like, leave it, and you just see, like, a fucking maid, like, come in from off screen and grab the chips and disappear again, and you're like, what the fuck? There are just other people here you just don't see because their job is to be hidden and clean up after you. What the fuck?
That's how it works. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, found the peasant.
So what I'm saying is, fuck them rich people. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's, like, fucked up. Like, it's a bag of chips, you know? It's not even like it's a whole big thing.
It's just the way she says, leave it.
Yeah. Like,
It's just how she understands the world.
yeah. Pretty bad.
And there's just stuff that's just, like, sad about Amanda. Like, her just staring, like, hanging out in her backyard, just staring at nothing.
Yeah, man.
And, like, the endless text messages kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I also was focusing
And, like,
more
the
on,
fact
like,
that,
the
like,
plot stuff.
clearly, like, she killed that horse in that gruesome way, but, like, that's not what she wanted to have happened.
Yeah, no, like
It
that's
was
the
like
whole
a series of
idea.
escalating mistakes that just got worse and worse.
Yeah,
And she just doesn't have the, emotional bandwidth to like just be sad about it or whatever.
yeah, no, like the idea of like a mercy killing, and then yeah, no, like she was clear, like that was the whole thing, right? Like she's the merciful, like she's the nice one, if anything. Look, also, we've all had to do our fair share of like mercy killing.
Mercy killing an animal? No, I didn't live on a farm.
You
I'm a
didn't.
city boy.
You didn't ever smack a mouse in a bag with a shovel?
Smack a mouse in a bag of shovel. No.
Well, they get in the trap, and then what are you gonna do? Before we had cats. After cats, the answer is quite easy.
I've smushed a bug.
Yeah, I mean that's that's necessary.
Yeah. Got in my way.
Yeah, yeah, you know how it is.
They made the criminal move of getting in my way. You're
Yeah,
a bug and you don't want to be squished, stay out of my way. It's pretty
yeah.
simple.
You tell them, Lily. What the fuck was I gonna? Oh, right. The other thing for Amanda, like, clearly caring more about Lily than vice versa is when we learned, like, when Lily asks, when you cried after my dad's funeral, was that just the technique, like the fake crying?
Oh, yeah.
And Amanda says yes, and Lily's like pissed because like she was fake crying, but like.
No, I feel like that's the
That's the-
moment where she's like, I'm going to frame this girl for murder.
Like and it's so fucking shitty because like that's the best Amanda can do, my dude. Like she knows that like Lily needed someone to like share in that pain with her, and that's like the best that Amanda can do as far as that goes. So like that's such a nice thing, but Lily's just fucking stupid.
I mean, she's a terrible human being.
Yeah, that's what I
Murders a
said.
guy and then frames her friend for it.
Yeah, no, I mean like even like just
And then doesn't feel remorse.
yeah, no, like just like some giving
It's
tree
dark.
bullshit. Taking all her friend has to give and then not even fucking saying thank you or anything. Yeah.
She cried in the moment about it.
Oh, whatever. My friend gave me permission to frame her for murder, and like I
fine.
cried a little bit afterwards. So really, like I paid my moral dues.
Yeah. All debts paid.
Ugh.
Clean slate. Anyway, you want to get to this fourth
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, I have a quick question though. Maybe you know the answer.
Sure.
I don't want to be like. I don't want to sound like I'm like a Hollywood pig or something. Has Anya Taylor-Joy had like plastic surgery or something? Like her face looks so different than it does currently. I don't know. I just noticed that. I forgot it was her at first. Just such a
I
different.
don't think her face looks...
You don't think it looks that different? Do you think it's just like makeup?
Yeah.
Really?
I actually don't think her face looks that different.
I guess if she's just going ham on her. No, it looks like she has. That's a different face shape.
I don't think it looks that different. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's just makeup.
Maybe.
I've seen people that look way less like themselves than that.
Oh, totally. I mean, dude, I asked a girl out to food in university, and I didn't realize it was someone from my astronomy class because she was usually wearing a ton of makeup. I just did not know it was her at all. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just like, I didn't think it was makeup, but you know, whatever. Neither here nor there, really. Just a thought I had afterwards.
Sure. Unless these Google images I looked up of her are not what she looks like now, then I just disagree.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. She could, whatever she wants to do, she could do. I don't give a shit. The favorite, though.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, the favorite.
What's your take on it?
It's fun.
I want to hear what you. Yeah.
She fucking falls asleep off that horse, and her face gets all fucked up.
Dude,
It has that fucking metal scar.
So I started this with the intent to just watch it, and I heard like the literally the first like few lines of dialogue, and I'm like, Anya, do you want to come watch this?
Wow.
Like she would like it. And then I like rewound it. Anya watched the first few lines. She's like, yeah, like just good, like just an immediate like nice delivery. No, this was very good shit. Olivia Colman fucking crushed it, like annihilated it.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good. Also, yeah, Rachel Weisz's scar. After her face is fucked up, and then she almost looks like a pirate or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Like she's in the boots and the long coat.
God, I love her
like,
fucking gray jacket. It's so good.
I was like,
Uses for
well,
fucking shooting. You want to go shoot things?
this is something else. Dude, and even after, like, when she has the weird, like, elegant eye patch choker combo. Bud. Good shit.
Fucking she comes, when she first goes to Louis Coleman the night with the scar, Louis goes just like, no, you're scary.
Yeah.
Pushes her away.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no. Because she's such a fucking egoist baby.
Yeah. And this was another good, like, I don't know, not transformation, maybe transformation of, like, revealing what the characters actually are and that sort of thing. I was wondering.
I wouldn't call it that.
Call what?
It, like, revealing what the characters actually are. I think they're pretty clear from the jump. It's just that, like, they're both trying to be, they actually mean different things to Queen Anne, and they don't, and Emma Stone's character doesn't realize that she's like a prop in a way that Rachel Weisz's character isn't.
Yeah.
She's like a sex toy, basically, ultimately, instead of like a partner.
Yeah. Me and Ani were talking about this a bit. And I don't know if there's like a defined answer or if you can take it either way. Mm-hmm. For Emma Stone's character, did she I don't necessarily want to ask. To me, I was taking it as her being actually a good person at the start and then just falling into the trappings of like being in the court and having that taste of like power and wealth or whatever, and then becoming a bad person. I can also see
I mean, I wouldn't put it in terms of good or bad person. I would say she's spent her life fighting for every scrap she could get or whatever. Like, you know, to survive the world, she has done things she didn't want to do or whatever. And that's what she's doing. She's just fighting for like whatever she can get because she's had nothing.
I mean, she's
just pretty smart, so she's good at, you know.
I mean, the alternative is that she was presenting as a.
But I think thinking about it in terms of good and bad is not the right way to think about it.
Okay, fine. Lower or higher morality. She has a line. She has a line where she says nearly verbatim, like, no matter if I was a, like, lady or not, like, I would keep my integrity and all that shit. And then the rest of the movie happens. Like, she says that verbatim, so either she's lying.
Who does she say that to? I don't remember.
When her and Sarah are shooting, and she talks about, like, I think it's before she mentioned something about secrets.
She's not telling fucking Sarah the truth. Are you kidding me?
But that's what I'm saying. Early on, like, there are two options. Either she's actually being, like, this nice person who's, like, trying to help people and, like, not fall into the, like, court secret game bullshit.
No,
or she's lying and she's just clawing her way up. And I'm wondering which, like, if it's supposed to be one or the other.
She's clawing her way up.
Okay, see, that's time. Like, that's fine.
Like, that's why she comes to court. she comes to court and then, like, sits in her room and, like, stares as she thinks about what to do or whatever.
I mean, see, like, it's a miracle I haven't been fucking scammed out of, like, all my money. I took it at face value, man. I was like, oh, man, wow. Court really corrupted her. Not, like, fully. I'm not, like, married to that idea, but that's just.
But then also, like, you know, her life is bad and she wants to make her life better. Like, at a basic level, it's just that. Like,
yeah, obviously.
She doesn't want to sit in a carriage where dudes across from her fucking jerk off to her anymore.
Yeah, sure, but, like, I mean,
or she doesn't want to work with people who fucking pour lye into their fucking cleaning solution. Don't tell her. They fucking burn her hand.
But you can still chunk it into good and bad, though.
No, why would it be good or bad? People are people.
You can be a good person who is, like, in absolute shit situations and wants to work to claw their way out of it.
She was in a situation where, good or bad, she didn't have, like, an opportunity to be altruistic because she didn't have anything.
Okay, so a person who suddenly comes into $1 billion and then starts up a company where they use child slaves is not good or bad. They are just a person.
No, they're
like, she got to the top and was a shitbag. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can claw your way up and want to get out of that shit and, like, work to get there. That's fine. But she got there and continued to be shit.
Well, her motives throughout the whole movie are selfish. She's never not.
I would define that as a bad person, man.
Okay.
That level of selfishness. Obviously, everybody's a little bit selfish. That's all I'm getting at. Nefarious motives, I guess. Too much, you know? Like, she had it. She could have just been fine.
She is, at some level, just trying to get her own security. It's just at some point she decides the only way she can get her security is to fucking kill Sarah or whatever. Yeah. But, like, still, even then, she's, like, if Sarah came back alive but she had, like, got her stipend and she was secure, like, she was fine. Like, the beef could have been squashed there. She wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
She was motivated by, like, not wanting to be poor.
Yeah, but, like,
and, like,
she I'm just saying, like,
but it's not corrupting court. It's like,
that's fine. Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, that's like the thing.
Her eyes are entirely on her own situation and getting things for her, whereas Sarah is, like, actually cares about the queen and also is trying to win this, like, cares about the war or whatever.
Yeah, cares about the country and, like,
whether that's good either.
Well, I mean,
she is invested in things beyond herself.
Yeah, and that's, like, the point, right? Like, even if she is on the wrong side of that war argument, like, the point is she actually cares about the greater good. Like looking beyond that shit. Yeah. No, that was like a whole thing, obviously.
Well, she's in a position of like talking back to the queen and not just being a yes man or whatever.
Dude, that like that bit where she's behind the door and telling the queen like that's what love is, like just like telling how things actually are.
But I mean, also like the movie is very explicit that character's just been a liar. Abigail has just been a liar with the fucking rabbit part at the end. Like the way she got in was saying she had interest in the rabbits, and then she's like bored sitting there and puts her fucking heel into the rabbit, and that's like actually what like makes the queen go, "Oh, I fucked up."
Yeah,
and then but also the movie ends with like the extended shot of just like the rabbits, in case you didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, rabbits and
that was the thing. Like Sarah honestly never gave a shit about the rabbits and thought it was kind of creepy. Which was like but that's what like left the hole open for Abigail to like worm her way in.
Man.
Saying nice things about the rabbits.
Yeah, no, I mean that was like, dude, the fucking. I mean that's throughout the whole film. Like Queen Anne is just like a child, actually. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and like, person says one nice thing about your rabbits, and you're like, oh shit.
Well,
I'll give you everything.
I mean also she liked the way it felt when she took her tongue in her, as she said.
That was a fucking great line.
It's like,
I like it when
I insist you get rid of her. No. Like when she sticks her tongue in me.
Dude, it's so good.
She's the queen, you know?
Another top tier moment was there are two that I want to mention. Emma Stone's character being in bed and the dude rolls in. And she's like, are you here to seduce me or rape me? He's like, I'm a gentleman. She's like, rape it is. And she goes fucking limp on the bed. Like, God. I mean, it's fucked, but like, shit.
It is darkly funny, yes.
And then when Sarah, like, gets saved by the whorehouse people, I guess, brothel, whatever.
Yeah, the brothel.
And the person is like, you can suck for your supper, I'll take 20%. And then she gets saved or whatever, and she's like, well, I have a offer of employment. Like, I'll be fine. Just like that delivery was so fucking good.
Yeah. Bitchy ladies of court. This is good shit.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is just, I'm back, baby. I needed more shots of people like dramatically crying with sparkly tears.
True. Instead, we just got that naked guy getting oranges thrown at him.
The fucking dude, Ani was losing her mind while we were watching it. Like she couldn't fucking handle it. It was hilarious. Like I was just like, yep, this is a fucking thing that's happening in front of me. And Ani's like, why?
They don't have the internet. They don't have movies. They got fucking nothing, dude. They just they got oranges and they got a room.
Just absolutely pristine scene. I am getting people slightly confused. Okay, this would be Samuel Masham, the guy that actually had a thing for Emma Stone. I felt bad for that dude. Like, he got like, you know, what's his name? Harley was like forcing him or suggesting that he like seduce her, right? Yeah. So she would give them information. But also, like, I think he actually had a thing for her, right?
Yeah.
Or at least like,
he has a thing for her before that starts happening.
Yeah, yeah.
He sees her in the outside the castle where she's gone to get the herbs for her hand.
Yeah.
She stole
and
the
then
horse.
Like they were flirting. I was like, well, maybe like she at least like has a thing for him, and then like after what did look to be admittedly like a really good hand job, like boom, she's just fucking sitting on people's laps in front of him and shit, and he's just like sad. I'm like, oh, poor guy.
Nah.
Didn't deserve it.
Nah.
Yeah. Great.
Nah.
Great performances all around, though. Like, everybody absolutely nailed it. This was just one, like...
Man must look pretty.
Fucking wigs. Yeah. Shows up in the fucking makeup. That was a good bit.
Just funny. Queen yelling at guards not to look at her, and then telling them to look at her, and then saying, "Don't look at me! How dare you!"
Dude, her shit was fucking ridiculous. I was just like, how could, like, imagine being a person in that court and just having to deal with that bullshit. Oh my god.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean that's it, right? Like that's the better option. Unfortunately.
Like when fucking Emma Stone stops her in front of the window because there's the people playing music out in the courtyard, and then the queen starts feeling things, and she's like, "Stop! No, go away!"
Yeah, I mean
Don't
that
make
shit
me
was
feel
like,
emotions. How dare you?
God, that was like brutal though. I mean, like it's ridiculous, but it just toes the line of being ridiculous and like depressing so well.
She's like, she like, you know, had 17 kids die.
Yeah.
So it's not had a great life.
That was one scene...
And then she just stuffs her face with cake until she vomits, and then continues eating cake.
Yeah, because the fucking, like, after getting the bit with the hot chocolate or wherever, where it's like, oh, the sugar will inflame your stomach, and then we see her like shoving her face full of stuff. I'm like, oh no.
And then, like by the end of the movie, like her like half her face is paralyzed and one of her arms doesn't work.
I was actually gonna ask, do we know what that's from? Because like she had gout, and I was like, is this just gout like being left untreated because we couldn't treat it yet or whatever, or is this like another thing? I don't know if you know. But I don't know enough about gout to know if it causes that.
No idea.
I mean, there's no reason we can't fucking learn. I mean, I immediately see inflammatory arthritis, so that sounds right.
She was not healthy.
No, she was not. That shit was like rough. God, and then it's a similar experience to what I had while watching a scene in Saint Maud, where in this film at the end when Emma Stone is like rubbing the queen's leg and it's just fucking squelching. And I'm like, there's too much budget in this sound effect right now. Like you need to fucking stop. And it's just like just so cursed.
At the end when the soldiers are coming to exile
dude,
Sarah and her husband, and she's like, "Oh, the mail's arrived."
The mail's arrived, and she's like, "What do you think about leaving France or England? Getting out of the country." So fucking good.
Oh, that's so good.
Her Sarah trying to write the letters was also great.
Yes.
You cunt. That's not the one. I dreamt I stabbed you in the eye.
The eye.
Oh man. Just good shit. So yeah, that was great. Just a very, very enjoyable watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good times.
There was
like all these movies, good times.
Like 3 out of 4 of these films, a great time.
You just hate movies made before 2005 or whatever.
Not true. Not true. Highlander is good.
Is it?
Except for that one scene. That one scene didn't age fucking well, but like, same can be said about Spider-Man, so what can you do? Yeah. Good shit though. I mean, like, I guess in what was my actual favorite of the 4? I think it's still The Handmaiden.
Yeah, I think that's
and I think I can admit that part of it is like
the scissoring.
My newfound bias towards jingle bells in the vagina. No, I like, if anything, there's a bit of like, there's so many period dramas, and like, despite the amount of shit that at this point in my life I've now seen, like, out of Japan, out of Korea, out of like France, and now Russia and stuff, like, shit that's it's still different, you know, and it makes it feel more interesting.
Fun fact: The Handmaiden, it was based on a book that takes place in Victoria era Britain.
Oh, I improved it. It would be lame as shit in Britain.
Korea.
Wait, so do you know what the setup is? Who's
book?
Britain colonizing? Because like, it's Japan in Korea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whose day is Britain fucking up in the book? Unless it's just they eliminate that element.
That element might just not be like that element of her uncle like being a weeaboo might not be. I mean, that's what he is, right? He wants to be Japanese.
That fucking element is just there, like, as is. Nothing was changed. Dude just is trying to become Japanese and is like super into like old Japanese hentai. Oh man. But no, that was, I mean, it had the cathartic ending. It was just great throughout. Maybe
that is
I was more
the movie with a happy ending out of these 4. So
yeah. I like, it's close though for me with the favorite, because like, the characters were just so everybody crushed it.
Yeah.
Like, watching them do their thing was amazing. It was just really good. And like, Rachel Weisz is hot as shit. Rachel
Weisz is so fucking good in that movie when she's just throwing books
incredible
at Emma Stone.
Yeah, when you like, is this it? No. Fucking Emma Stone's just dodging. You know, I also just saw a thing I completely forgot about. The fucking duck racing.
Yes.
And the guy, like, did you have to bring the duck? He's like, he's the fastest duck in England.
He doesn't leave my side.
Yeah, he's a high target for kidnapping. Like, it's so good. Good shit. But yeah, no.
When Rachel Weisz shows up to that meeting, and then she, like, you know, wins at the end, and the guy's just like, fuck! And just starts kicking things.
Yeah.
Just throwing a tantrum because he didn't get his way.
I forget what
he has his like meeting in the dark at night with Emma Stone, and at the end of it, he just fucking shoves her off the hill.
Dude, yeah. Oh, look, a wren. She looks and just boop.
Assert dominance.
And then the next time he sees her, he like pushes her, and she drops her tray of champagne and glasses and shit.
He's bullying her into getting her to do what he wants. Fucking give me my spy information, or I'll fucking keep bullying you.
Her fake crying was pretty good though. She's like, I'm doing my best. He's like, stop crying. Peace out. Does not want to deal with that shit.
He's like, oh no, you're crying. Bye.
This is so fucking good. No, that's definitely that's the. I mean, that one, it's the most palatable, I think. Like, it's just easily recommended to basically anybody, unless you really hate period
Yeah, it's
dramas,
the one
I
that
guess.
got to the Oscars with these movies.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm not recommending Parasite to a ton of people.
Why not?
Not a ton of people. Because I know a lot of basic bitches.
Wow.
Spoken as a basic bitch.
Can't get over subtitles or whatever.
I mean, some of that too. Yeah, that.
Or don't want to see another
deal.
person crushed with a big rock.
I mean, yeah, like just the fact that it's like, not that it's dark, because like The Favorite is dark, but like it doesn't have the consistent humor, I guess, in the same way. Not that I can recall.
Parasite's pretty
not
funny.
As much.
It's a little more sentimental though, which honestly should make it more appealing to a wider audience, I guess. Like more makes sense that it won Best Picture because of that sentimentality, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, like good selection still. Had a mostly good time, and even I'm glad. I'm glad because it's a long ass films.
Yeah. No, I picked the movies and I was like, 3 of these are long.
I mean, like,
but they're all bangers, so it's fine.
It's my own fault too, because I was like, I just gotta watch one a day. I did not.
Oh yeah, no, that's anytime I think about how an episode is overloaded or it has too much, it's like, none of these are overloaded if you pace it out over a week, but if you have to like cram in all of this the night before, how much do you want to kill yourself
after a week of procrastination?
Doing too much. Yeah. How much do you hate yourself for leaving, 20 episodes of anime to consume at once or whatever?
Yeah. See, anime, I'm a little better. I don't know why. Like, fucking 8 episodes of anime in a night. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I can bump that 5 days a week. Like 1 2.5 hour film. Ooh, you're asking the world of me.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it.
No, I'm not. I don't feel differently. This was easy because I had seen all these movies before and knew I loved them.
Did you watch any of them again?
I watched all of them again.
Oh, okay.
I watched them all this week.
Sometimes I wonder.
I think I did do one. I think I always rewatch the movies we do.
Okay.
I don't know the last thing I didn't.
Have you ever skimped? Have you ever bailed on a thing and like spark notes it before the episode?
No. I'll just say I'm not ready to record. I didn't rewatch the Rose of Versailles anime. We did that because I've read the manga.
Yeah, well,
obviously
that's a different thing. I skimmed, I think, 2 of the Godzilla movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
I mean, if you can tell me which ones they are, I'll feel bad about it. But it's not like I didn't do any of it. Look, I was thinking about it the other day. It's kind of wild that we did Godzilla when we did, because like my tolerance is so much higher now.
Uh-huh.
Like that was so early when I think about it.
Yeah, no, we did that a long time ago.
like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, we did Godzilla. And I'm like, we did Godzilla like in the first year or whatever of the podcast. I think. I don't know, man. In a post Ultra Q world, it's just, I'd do anything. Post Ultra Q, post Dragon Ball. Just hit me with it. I don't give a shit anymore.
I feel like post Ultra Q, you're a bit a little more nervous about me trying to get you to watch Ultraman.
Look,
I've been putting that one off specifically because I feel like some pushback.
I can do it. I just don't want to do it. Like, I mean, I want to do it, but like, I don't want to do it. Who knows? Maybe it'll take off. Riff me. Hit me with a riff. That's all it takes. If Ultraman has a single bop in it,
I love the open. I've been like listening to openings to Ultraman. They haven't grabbed me as much as a bunch of the Super Sentai openings have.
Oh, that's a shame.
Same with Kamen Rider. Also, a lot of them haven't. But the important ones are like I already have a later Kamen Rider that has hooked me and got me all the way in where I've watched most of it. And original Kamen Rider, that's a fucking riff. So that's the one I want to do.
I mean, I guess riff or like, I don't know. If it's more action, like part of Ultra Q's thing was that it wasn't always actiony. There's more action.
Yes, that is just what Ultraman is, though. It's like, what if there was just like a fight at the end of every episode instead of just something getting big? What if there was like a superhero who got big and fought the thing? What if Ultraman fought Godzilla?
Yeah,
instead of just there is like a big Godzilla that comes out of a tunnel and fights
also
a
lot of the weight is also because like subtitles just everywhere. All that reading.
Oh, totally.
Do you want me to read?
We've been overloaded on subtitles, I guess. Although, I guess not.
I haven't.
Dragon Ball was so much, and that was not. We did that dubbed.
Yeah, that was such a high. It feels like it went by so fast, but like it's a beefy chunk.
Yeah.
I haven't minded the subtitles. Like I don't know. I guess as of late, like it felt like a little bit much, but like by the last couple rounds of Sailor Moon or whatever, like it settled a bit more. I guess
it's just a lot when like I want to do anime and tokusatsu. That's just a lot of Japanese television.
Yeah, just back to back. I mean, whatever. Just fucking Stockholm me into it. I don't give a shit. Just force me to watch it. Eventually, it'll click.
Just okay. So you're telling me we just need to watch Mulholland Drive over and over again every week? Mulholland Drive week podcast.
Nope.
Mulholland Drive.
Nope.
Over and over again.
If I thought that was happening, I would suck that film off on the second or third rewatch and be like, "It's great. I love it."
We did it.
We
got to say it's great.
What do you mean you don't like Mulholland Drive? You watched it in one sitting. You did a podcast about it. Oh my god. Fucking
yeah, but I mean, there's also just like, I want to do other stuff too. So
you want to do other stuff? Well, why not just like record 3 episodes a week? We can do an Ultraman episode, a Sailor Moon episode, and we can read the Odyssey.
Fucking, I wish we could schedule to record like normally even.
I mean, it's like semi-normal, kind
of. Look,
it is wild how we record.
Yeah, when we're doing one episode like 4 days late, the idea of doing like 3 in a week is kind of doesn't sound possible.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You say that, but how big is our backlog right now?
It's only like a month.
A month? That's crazy. Only a month. We recorded like 5 times a week for what felt like an eternity. Felt like every day. Like I was like, I got a podcast. I was like, didn't you have a podcast yesterday? I'm like, yeah, this is a podcast though. Like,
well, I mean,
don't worry about it.
You started another podcast and then another podcast also. So not all of that's on me.
Yeah, but one of those died, so
Uh-huh.
the load's been lightened.
Yeah,
No,
we're not
I mean, it's whatever.
recording.
Look, I'm still having a good time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the important thing.
The day this becomes like, I mean, sometimes, I'm lazy as shit and I don't want to talk, but then we start and I'm like, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But like the day that it becomes an actual job, I'm going to be like, Hank, we gotta axe it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The
But it's
point
fun.
is for it to be fun to do.
There's
Or
there's
else
too
why
much
the
content
fuck are we doing it?
for the people. For the people.
No, I'm doing this for me.
No, I mean, yeah, same.
You hear that, listener? Whoever's listening to
Yeah,
this,
fuck you.
Fuck you. Thanks for listening, but I'm doing
Yeah.
this for me. I'm
Yeah.
not here to get mine. A real Lily move. Ugh, I feel gross even saying that.
Yeah, I'm suddenly like very worried.
No, I just need you. Just here, have a drink.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, it's my favorite. It's the sparkling water that I like. Thanks. Oh.
Ugh. Whatever. Just have to look. I settled on us doing a bunch of the Sailor Moon Tokusatsu instead of doing Ultraman this year. That's what happened. I made that call.
I'm down for it, man. You gotta get in. Like you gotta keep some of that together. Like the Sailor Moon stuff, all in one.
Mm-hmm. No, we'll be watching Sailor Moon for
Decades.
at least next year. At least
I feel
multiple
like-
years.
Dude, I feel like we're gonna do the Sailor Moon stuff for the podcast, and then I feel like if we're not doing the newer stuff, I'm gonna want to go out and do the newer stuff.
Crystal,
Yeah,
that's fair.
or at least try it, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Because who knows? Maybe I'll also find it not watchable.
I've barely looked at it, so I wouldn't even say. But I'm weirdly not interested, I would say, also.
I mean, just by looking at it, like
I know
It's
it's
not
more
cute.
it's more like the manga. That's what it's doing. It's following the
mean-
manga more closely.
yeah, we'll see. Anyway,
And that the manga is less about just hanging out and having outfits. So
yeah, that's like the whole that's what's good.
yeah, no, the Crystal's like all plot. So people who like plot are all into it.
I prefer the plot of the Handmaiden. If you catch my drift.
There are things where it's about plot. Naruto, don't give me no Naruto filler. I only want plot. Dragon Ball, I will take some Dragon Ball filler. Give me some Dragon Ball filler, particularly Super. With Super, I definitely just want filler. Stop giving me plot, please.
You keep talking it up, and you keep making me want to watch it.
There's just
And
not that much filler.
And then I
is
just
the problem.
and then I just see our outline for like the rest of the year. And there's no Dragon Ball.
There's no Dragon Ball.
And
I know
wanna
I've thought
watch
about
Dragon
it,
Ball.
but I need 2 slots to do it.
Yeah,
'Cause we have to do the Jacko the Patrolman manga before we can watch more Dragon Ball. It's actually not that important, but I've decided because that character.
Fucking
Otherwise, he'll
Hank
just
has
show up in
spoken.
one of the 2 movies we do, and you just won't know who he is.
Oh, you can't have that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Absurd.
Anyway, let's end this podcast. We've been like saying nothing for 20 minutes. Soul Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Soul Circle Pod on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels. Our episodes are hosted at anchor.fm/Salt Circle.
I'm not on Twitter. And for like a week and a bit, I've also not been on Reddit.
Oh, congratulations.
It's actually pretty nice. Like, I keep wanting to. It's happened like 3 times now where I open up my browser and I immediately go to Reddit along with the other thing I want to do or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's slowly gone away. Yeah, nice. Not seeing like garbage on my phone like immediately after waking up.
Yeah.
Instead, I don't do that.
I would look at Twitter less often if I had better websites to read.
Yeah.
I'm like mad at like there not being websites that have written content for me to consume that I like.
Oh, dude, that's like most of what I did on Reddit though. You find like updates. There's like updates for people. There's like the hobby drama shit. There's like RPG horror stories, like that shit that people deal with in Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't want any of that. I want people talking about media or whatever.
Go to one of the media subreddits. That's the problem. There's like all this shit. It's addicting.
No. Reddit is... I can't do it. Reddit's not what I need. Reddit doesn't fulfill me in that way.
As it shouldn't, honestly.
Since
I
I
don't know.
have to settle for cat pictures on Twitter.
Cat pics are great, though.
Yeah, man.
Send cat pics. Email us cat pictures.
Send us to the podcast, cat pictures, and we will... I'll send them to Ben, I guess.
If we get how many? What's our bare minimum cat pictures for us to rank them? We'll rank cats.
We'll rank cat pictures that will not show anyone else. It'll be a great podcast bit.
No, we'll
It's like Howard Stern type shit.
Obviously, we fucking include a link to like.
You can't just put out
whatever
the listeners' cat pics in public. That's. Can't put
if they're sending us cat pictures after this, they know what they're getting into, man. They're basically signing the contract. Anyway, it's been fun.
Peace.